Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to episode 89 of Europa Universalis 4 as Spain. We are at war with Burgundy, which has also brought in Savoy, who we're guaranteeing them, and the Netherlands, although we did piece the Netherlands out for war reparations, and we got them to give us the last province in Alaska that we were missing. Just trying to decide exactly what it is that I am going to want to take from these guys. I do want to take a little bit from Savoy. We do have a lot of overextension, so I do have to be really careful of that. But at the same time, I would like to try and take as much stuff as possible. We are right near the end of the game, so I don't have to worry too much about the consequences of being heavily overextended, or the consequences of having a huge coalition. There's less than 8 years left of the game now, so we are probably done around the end of this video. Burgundy wants peace out. I'm pretty determined here that I'm going to at least attempt to get some of these other sieges done. We don't have any manpower, which is one of the big problems right now. But that should be fine. If we can go ahead and just sort of grab these forts. Let's move you over there. You're going to take a while grabbing that one. So the fort, what I wanted to take from these guys was these three provinces here. We couldn't take any more than that because they're not a co-belligerent. I did also consider just taking the rest of the stuff down in Italy, but we are Spain. I mean, this is France, really, so it doesn't matter whether we take this or this. I guess if we took this instead, we'd have all of Italy, which kind of makes more sense than the random little bit in Spain. But again, we wouldn't have enough war score to take all of that anyway. On the other side of things, if that was the option we were to take, and we were to grab this instead, how much... Yeah, still giving us roughly the same amount of aggressive expansion and overextension. So we might as well just go and take this stuff over here. So let's go ahead and sue for peace. We'll clear the offer, and it's these three provinces that we want to take. 67 aggressive expansion and 46% overextension. So we definitely want our overextension to go away. We are working on that right now. We have got some high liberty desire. It's always British Louisiana. Let's go ahead and decrease your tariffs and placate the local rulers. Done. Now then, let's go and... provinces lack cores. I think, yeah, we're actually working on all of the cores that are giving us overextension. So, if we can grab Savoy real quick, we can do this. We just need to get enough war score against them for them to actually give this up. We've got all of their provinces occupied or sieged. Burgundy still want to peace out. There we go. There's the siege of Valis. That's probably going to be enough for them to do it now, actually. Yes, it is. Might as well take the... No, they won't give us war reps either. Do we want to get the extra money from them? How much longer is it going to take? There's a 14% chance we'll take Milan. Let's just see if we do. Because if that happens and it doesn't... Okay, fair enough. We will sue for peace. They won't give us war reps. How far out are we? Yeah, far too much. We'll take that then. Okay, so that's Savoy out of the battle now. Commonwealth is still in. Burgundy's 100% sieged. Let's go ahead and keep... Let's get you guys over here. We've got armies all over the place now. So, we've got some more coring that we definitely want to start. Need 46 for we can start coring that one. The corruption's going up. Can we change our leader? Bear in mind, if we did do that, we'd then have the issue of too cowardly to abdicate while your nation is at war. Yeah, and also if I'd lose stability, and then I'd have to pay to buy the stability back up. But having that extra 3 admin skill a month would be nice. That said, do we have any policies that we could turn off? Probably. Also, just cancel this mission because we're not doing anything with it. Military, Diplo, and Diplo. Yeah, we're not even spending any admin points on policy, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of religious conversion. Just because we can't afford to core everything right now. Although I could, if I hadn't have started on that one, we could have started coring that. When are these going to be cored? 1815, so they will be cored before the end of the game. War exhaustion is low. What are we doing like... Oh, wow, our inflation is so high. And we can't even afford to reduce that. Do we have the option to get an inflation reduction guy? Yeah, but it's an inflation reduction woman. But only +1, which is no good for us. We'll just take the Diplo hit. We will lose the inflation, sure. Can we, if we speak to, very nicely, the burghers... Is it the burghers? Because we don't have the nobility anymore. Recruit minister. What does that give us? A master of mint, that's tax modifier. I think. Is it? I can't remember. Let's try it. Recruit minister. And then we'll go and look here. Oh yeah, no it is. Yearly inflation reduction. Excellent. That's better. Start getting that inflation down. Right, you guys can just stay together. Let's just group you up. There's a few big stacks here. We'll split some of them up. You're taking attrition, so let's just go and put you in a province with a fort. Actually, put you there because we're doing a conversion. So that should be fine. Right, do we have... Yeah, well, we can't do this one because we're missing an admin point and I'm also doing a religious conversion. But once that's done, everything should be fine. So, my videos are normally about 20 minutes long. This will probably be the last video in this series because there is only 6 game years left. There's not going to be too much going on between now and then. Let's take the power because the power is always more useful. Again, we've got this stuff in England and France that is territorial cause, so it's not giving us any overextension. We don't need to worry about that. A 6 stack of peasants right next to a 59 stack. Yep, don't think I need to worry about that. Burgundy want to peace out. That's fine, but it's not happening. So we're just waiting for stuff. Netherlands are not in this war anymore, so let's go ahead and... Did I gain a heavy? Or did I not? No, I didn't join my heavies together for some reason. Let's get you guys back to protecting trade in Sevilla. Let's go ahead and tell you to repair if slightly damaged. We could also tell you to get up to 150 as well. A little bit pointless again at this late stage of the game. Let's go ahead and group all of those ships together and get them docked. We have a significant number of bad guys over here. But we can go ahead and deal with them. These are all mercenaries, so I don't really, you know, don't have to worry about manpower with mercenaries. I'll try and avoid my habitual pausing every time I need to attend to something. You guys are still taking attrition, so let's split you in half. 40,000 men short, but that's not too bad. I'd just like to get some of the coring done before we try and take anything from Burgundy. So I'd like to get this at least, get this one at least, and possibly this one. Lose some prestige, parliamentary scandal, local unrest. Sure, that's fine. Won the battle as expected. Disloyal estates is fine. Not bothered about that. We can get a new mission. Base in China. Reduce overextension. Working on it, so we'll take that one. Chinook has come under occupation of California. Right, we've taken that back. That is fine. Not a problem there. Excellent. Right, so. How are we doing on this one? This one's going to be done by 1815. This one's going to be done by 1816. Again, we'll let them do that. So let's just have a quick look. If we were to go and sue for peace, if we took all of this from you, that would only be 30% overextension, so we could take that straight away if we wanted to. If we wanted to take your capital, that would give us 40... I mean, we could take everything. We could completely take them. And it'd give us a huge coalition. A huge coalition. But at the same time, it would also... yeah, huge coalition. But it would also give us 86 overextension. So we'd need to get rid of most of our overextension before doing that. But I think we should try it, because why not? We've got all the war score we need. It's just a case of can we afford to wait this long for the overextension to go away? That's the problem. That one's going to be done in 1817. I mean, we could just take the hit and go over the 100%. We're about to lose almost 40% overextension right away. There's one gone. The other one's going to happen in 6 months' time. Parliament refused to pass colonial taxation just because I wasn't keeping my eye on it. I always forget to deal with the with the Parliament. Do you know what? I'm not even going to bother messing with it. Can't be bothered. No, we've got to do it. Okay, let's just pick randomly. Do that again. And I'm not even going to bother clicking any of this stuff. What's the point? 10 years the game will be over, so it's not going to pass. Right, yeah, this is what I was looking at. Wanted to see when this was going to go away. I mean, I said we could just take it and just be massively overextended. Sure, we'll wait for this one to finish. We might as well, because we're only a couple of months away from it. And it does mean we go into the next year, which does reduce the aggressive expansion overall. Now, we may get a coalition against us, but that doesn't mean it's going to fire. There's the call for peace anyway. So we'll just wait for March. And what have we got here? Oh, I'm not bothered about the Commonwealth and their spy network. They're not going to do anything. Right, does it give me a date or does it just say March? 5th of March, so less than a month away. That'll be another 18% knocked off. It's going to cost us quite a lot to core it all, but that should be fine. There we go, that's that one done. Now the next one's not going to be done until January of 1817. There's actually going to be 2 of them done by January 1817, and I'm going to wait for that. 2 reasons for that. One, we'll be into a new year. Being into a new year is good for us because it means that we will take another reduction to aggressive expansion. Also, it means that we are saving up more admin points while we wait, which means I can start coring the new stuff straight away. What do we have here? We have a 6 stack near a 41 stack. You're going to deal with that. We can invest in an idea, military ideas, Grand Army. We are ahead of time on tech. Land force limit modifier. Not that we really need that. We never did get that 5% discipline, and I doubt we will by the end of the game. So I don't have to worry about that at all. My trade fleet is all over the place. We'll lose some legitimacy to lose some inflation. That's always worth having. Our legitimacy is not great, but it is good enough. So yeah, we've just got to wait until we get into next year, really. There's not too much going to be going on. Now, those of you who are regular viewers of my content, particularly EU4, will know that I don't normally run the game above speed 3 because it causes all kinds of issues with recording. But I'm tempted to actually go up to speed 4 right now, so we've not got much going on. We're literally just waiting for the clock at this point. I'm definitely not going to go up to speed 5 because I guarantee that'll cause massive problems with the recording. And I've lost too many episodes that way. Let's go ahead and ignore you completely. So 21st of January and 23rd of January. So by the 23rd of January, both of those will be done. We're not waiting for that one. Not waiting for the one in October. It's only 8%. Heavy ship combat ability plus 8%. We don't really need it, but we'll take it anyway. So 15th of December. That's fine. Okay, we are into the new year, so that's another reduction to our aggressive expansion. We can take a tech if we wish to, which is Diplotech. We'll hold off on that for now because we're about to... Right, there's the coring done. So we are going to go and sue for peace. We're going to take everything. We're still going to have this massive coalition. We might as well take all of their money. They don't really have much, but we'll take it anyway. And yeah, that's everything they own. So, sue for peace. The war is now over. We're going to get royal marriage offer from the Commonwealth, which we will accept. We don't want to support Yarkand. We're going to decline the demand for unlawful territory, because of course we are. We'll take the Diplotech, because we might as well. The call for peace will go away. we are going to start coring as much stuff as we can start coring. We're not over 100%, which is fantastic. We'll give Scandinavia military access. We'll start working on some conversions. Burgundy was already Catholic, so there's not many that we can do. That's a level 4 fort. Let's go ahead and get rid of. We have too many military leaders, but that is fine. I don't care. That is actually quite a good outcome. I don't really think there's much more that I'm going to be able to do at this point. I mean, I could probably declare a small war against somebody. I could probably declare another war against France and break the truce. But at this point in the game, there isn't really a lot of point to doing it. So what I might do, we've got sort of 4 minutes left of the episode. I'm just going to ramble on and run the timer out, essentially. What are all these little army stacks that I picked? Oh, these guys that we got when France started invading the island. Let's go ahead and get rid of you. We don't need you down there. We never did attack Borneo or, you know, anywhere down here in the Spice Islands. We never really got into India, which is a little bit of a shame. Lost another general. Well, that's going to help with the military leader problem. Chokwe is taking that last province from France. I mean, we could go to war with Chokwe, but again, what's the point? There's not all that long left, and I'm sure you guys are probably getting sick of this campaign now. I must admit, one of the reasons I'm determined to let this campaign get to the final game date is because this will only be the second time I've got to the very end of an EU4 campaign. EU4 is a bit of a strange game, in the sense that it doesn't really have an end point. There isn't really a point in EU4 where it goes, okay, you've won, you've hit your victory conditions. Obviously, you can set your own victory conditions, and there are various achievements that you have to do on Iron Man mode, but there are various achievements you can do. And I never do those achievements. I really probably should. But as I've said before, I really don't like playing on Iron Man mode, because if I do have instances where EU4 crashes or I lose a recording. And the problem is if I lose a recording, at least because I save in between every episode. So at least if I lose a recording, I can just reload the save and re-record the episode, which is usually what I do. So I really don't like playing in Iron Man mode. But yeah, normally what happens is before I actually get to the end of the game, which is January, it's either a date in January or February 1821. Normally by the time I get there, I'm bored. But I have really enjoyed this particular campaign. I'm so happy that I've managed to take the entirety of the New World. It's the first time that I've ever managed to do that in a game of EU4. So I'm quite proud of that achievement. We get the rest of that stuff coring. We've lost another general there. That is fine. But we're certainly #1 in score by a long, long shot. We're almost up to 20,000. We might just reach 20,000 actually by the time we get into the final year. So 20,000 score, that'd be quite nice. I know score's not really representative of anything, but yeah, this is an issue that, I mean, obviously there are loss conditions. You can be completely wiped out and lose your country, and therefore it's game over. You could, you know, become absorbed in a personal union, and therefore game over. Same with things like Crusader King 2. You can lose your leader. You can lose the last person in your dynasty, which is game over. You know, all of the games you can get wiped out, but there's no real win condition for CK2. There's no real win condition for EU4. There's not even really a win condition for Hearts of Iron. Saying that, is there a win condition for Stellaris? Oh no, we have already hit the 20,000 mark. I'm not sure now if there's a win condition for Stellaris. Because it's not like something like Endless Space or Civilization, where you can win by... I think, actually, no, I tell a lie. I think there is a win condition in Stellaris. I think if you control more than 40% of the colonizable planets or something like that, and there's another win condition in there as well. So there are win conditions in Stellaris. But that's because Stellaris is more of a 4X type game than it is a grand strategy type game, although it does claim to be a mix of the two. To be honest, don't get me wrong, I really enjoy Stellaris, but I wouldn't say that it is a grand strategy 4X hybrid. In my opinion, it's just a 4X. The only difference is it's real-time, not turn-based. So, yeah, I don't really subscribe to it being... you guys can get across there and deal with that. Yeah, I don't really subscribe to it actually being a grand strategy game. I do really enjoy it, don't get me wrong. I certainly think they need to improve the... end of the game, though. I mean, the early game is fun, but the late game really suffers. Let's march you guys across here. We don't have a leader, but we're not going to need one. We'll grant aid there. We're already into July, so there is literally 6 months left of the game. There's no time to do anything else. We could go ahead and take that last idea. There we go. We've completed all of our idea groups. Only just. And let's get over and look at Glorious Spain. Glorious Spain while the game ends. The Ottomans are at war with Austria, which is not unheard of. It happens all of the time. So we are about to finish. Let's just go down to speed 3. We've got 41,000 ducats in the bank, 150,000 manpower. Our force limit, let me just quickly pause to check. Our force limit is... Well, our force limit is over 1,000, which is 10,000... No, it's like 1,000,000 men, isn't it? Because one regiment is 1,000 men. But yeah, we've got close to 900,000 men. Just under. 41,000 ducats. Our fleet's not as big as it can be. We've got the whole of the New World. Yeah, I'm pleased with the outcome of this. I would have liked to have done a bit more. I wish I was a little bit more aggressive early on. I wish I could have got France completely wiped out. I wish that I'd have had a bit more balls and attacked the Ottomans, because we had the Balkans. We could have quite easily headed towards the Black Sea and grabbed Constantinople. That would have been really good for us. I wish I'd have gone to war with Savoy a little bit earlier and taken the rest of Italy. I kind of wish I'd have gone to war with Austria and connected the Balkans up to Italy. I wish I'd have managed to take all of Africa. I wish I'd have been a little bit more aggressive against India, but there you go. 3rd of January, there we go, there's the arbitrary date where the game ends. So our score is 20,247. We had the largest army, we had the largest navy, the most provinces, the highest province value, the highest income, and the highest trade income. We finished with 70 prestige, 56 completed ideas. Our tech was 30 on admin, 32 on diplo, 31 on military. We had 409 provinces. We finished with 41% overextension and 145% religious unity. We had 534,000 infantry, 110,000 cavalry, and 241,000 artillery. 41 heavies, 300 lights, and 30 transports. Nowhere near our naval force limit there. What does that button do? Oh, that's the one that gives you your statistics. So we played as Spain. Our longest ruling ruler was Thomas I, who guided our nation for 66 years. 108 of our wars ended in glorious victory. 0 wars ended in disgraceful defeat. So we've had 108 wars in this campaign and won all of them. Each year, about 2,164 enemy combatants fell to our fire and steel. Each year saw the loss of about 4,711 units. So we won all of our wars, but overall we lost about twice as many men as our enemies did. Each year, about 1 enemy ship fell to our broadsides. Each year saw the loss of about 0 ships. We did lose very few ships. We wiped 52 nations off the face of the earth. Admittedly, most of those were Native Americans, so they were really small and easy to defeat. Our great nation annexed 625 provinces. 352 provinces were unjustly stolen from us. 200 and... How did we lose provinces? Does that just mean when something was occupied? Probably just means something was occupied. 214 military leaders served us throughout history. And you just think of that. 214 military leaders times 50 military points each. Legend among legend was George Fadrique de Toledo, who was a 3641, so he'd have been a 3-star general. Nation state religion was Protestant. Your grandest province was Paris with 49 development, and we had 2 disasters in our great nation. I am really happy with how that went. It's been a fantastic ride. Really enjoyed this game. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching it too. I will see you on the next video, and until then, goodbye for now.